We got Courtney Frasier, business lawyer, and honestly, one of the best speakers when it comes to business content, I find. You know, he was at Be Future, the Afro Tech of Canada, and he burnt it down, had people lining up after, and it was an amazing conversation. And it's only right that I bring him back to the show. It's been a huge change from the last time he's been here, so it's only right that we have him back on. Courtney, what's up, bro? Welcome to the show.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for having me.
Yes, sir.
The last time we recorded, do you remember when you did this
The live show.
the live show?
Yes.
But it was so nice
at, you know, the live show at the Indochino.
the suit store.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes,
I was wondering if you remembered that. Like it was.
Of course.
Yeah. So,
Bro.
well, obviously you put it on. So obviously.
Yeah. Not only that, but you were a sponsor for that as well.
Okay.
You know,
So I didn't even remember that. I didn't remember like so people turning out. I remember just it being nice in there. It's just the aesthetic and everything like that. And like now you've one upped yourself, and the aesthetic here is really nice. So I just want to congratulate you on that.
Thank you, man.
I love
Appreciate
seeing
that.
growth and progress, and this is a nice place you have here, and I'm proud
Thank you.
to know you, to know where you've come from. We were supposed to do this episode at the start of the year. The weather kind of got in the way of that, but I'm glad to see you've bounced back and you're doing your thing, and I'm just glad to be here.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Honestly, you've seen like every iteration. You've seen the pods from like inside the condo to the live show to here at the studio now.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a journey. As we give people some context into who you are, tell me about the contracts you used to make with your mom and dad.
So my mom would try and give me chores and stuff like that, and it got to a point where I just felt like my mom wasn't giving me allowance. I don't know. I'm Jamaican. Jamaicans, I don't think Caribbeans believe in allowance.
Nah,
like
they
the allowance
don't.
to them, the allowance is, oh, I put clothes on your back. You get to have a roof over your head, and you get to eat dinner and whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the allowance. But you know, you're going to school, and then the other kids are talking about, oh, I saved up my allowance and I bought this. And I'm like, I have no money to buy nothing.
Since
so it's
when?
like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, you guys are getting a weekly allowance for what? Just living? So then I just thought my mom's not gonna give me money just to be there. So I thought, let me create contracts so my mom knows like, oh, this is what you owe me for doing this. Like for washing dishes, for vacuuming, for maybe watching my brother or something like that. This is what you owe me. She never really paid me, but like that's where I started knowing what a contract was and everything like that. Like I was like 8 years old.
That was your first agreement.
Yeah, like I would put like vacuuming, this is like $2. Like washing dishes, this is like $5, whatever the case may be. But she never paid me, but like I swear that stuck with me for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Yeah. That was the earliest contract I ever made, and that's when we used to live at Scarborough, right there at Port Union and Shepherd. So yeah, I owe thanks to my mom. I'm a lawyer, I guess. Yeah, I'm a business lawyer.
That's dope, man. Honestly, having moments like that makes such a big difference, because even I had that same thing.
Yeah.
Where I used to negotiate doing business with my mom.
Yeah.
We had an agreement where if I read a book, I get $2.
Okay.
You know, so listen, I started stacking up books, bro.
Yeah.
Running through books.
Yeah.
So I used to have I can't remember the name of the book. So there'd be like
Scholastic book order.
The Scholastic book order. I was going crazy on them.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, let's go. Let's go.
Where part of the city did you grow up again?
I grew up in Scarborough.
Yeah, where in Scarborough?
In Malvern. I used to grow up.
Not far.
Not far from Port Union and Shepherd.
Yeah,
But matter of fact,
yeah.
I was off Nielsen and Shepherd.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, I didn't know that was the intersection that you came from. Did you ever find yourself at like Morningside Mall?
Yeah.
Because it's not far from Malvern. Yeah. Okay.
Morningside Mall is a throwback.
Yeah. They've improved it over the years, whatever. But you remember going to the library, Morningside Library over there?
I went to Morningside, but I also went to Malvern Mall Library.
Okay.
Not Malvern Mall, but the Malvern Library.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've been to that one. That had one of the biggest improvements.
Yeah, Malvern was dangerous when I was young.
Malvern was dangerous. Marvin was
was dangerous when I
dangerous.
was young.
Yeah,
What?
for sure.
Nah. I wasn't allowed past Morningside. I was down there was a different.
For sure,
Down
for
there they were
sure.
doing different things. Like
Yeah.
after school straight
Straight,
from
yeah, straight. It's
back
like,
to
listen,
Port Union.
this is your blocks right here. You don't go past this.
Nah, from Port Union down to
Yeah.
Morningside, off of Kingston, and that was it.
Yeah. Marvin was a dangerous place. I remember, like, I never forget. There was one time from school. There was like there was a car that literally drove into the school lot because it was on a police chase.
Yeah.
And
no, down there was different.
It was different.
I know. Down there was different.
So what happened is the car. I remember seeing it because they were locking down the school.
Yeah,
and
back then there wasn't even school lockdowns. Weren't
school
even.
they were just rolling them out.
Yeah.
For the first time. So we were in the portables, but we had gym class.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, we're gonna lock on the school, get them from the portables to the gym.
Yeah.
So we started walking down, and as we were walking, we saw like a little car spin the curve fast.
Yeah.
And then they saw us, and I didn't deep at the time, but they slowed down.
Yeah.
And then the police car came and slowed down too. So now looking back, I'm like, oh,
they were trying not to kill you.
No, bro,
that's what they're slowing down for?
No. They were on a police chase, and they both realized we're in a school zone.
Yeah.
And slowed down to like slowly drive past the school.
Yeah, then continue it. Okay, once we get past here, we on it again.
We're on it again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, Malvern was different.
Malvern
felt like
was
a different world in Scarborough. To me, Malvern is its own thing inside of Scarborough. Its own neighborhood inside of Scarborough.
I mean, kinda, but you wouldn't know if you were driving past it. Yeah. You know, you wouldn't know at all.
No.
But like once you're deep in it, then you can even notice it. Because what's interesting too is that like if you were to drive through Malvern too, a lot of the hoods are kind of hidden. Mm-hmm. Like you have to turn a corner and then
they're hidden from the main road.
Yeah.
And they're hidden behind like what you would think is just suburbs.
Yeah.
And there's like a complex.
Exactly.
Inside.
There's a complex inside. So you wouldn't even know that there's a bad neighborhood there. You could just be chilling and going to the mall and not understand that there's something going on behind there.
Yeah.
At
you
all.
Shouldn't even be here.
You shouldn't even be here. For sure, but let's get off of that, man. But getting back into your journey, you know, I'm gonna make sure the audience has proper understanding of your wins and losses as an entrepreneur and as a business lawyer. You know, what was the time that you're like, okay, I am built for being a business lawyer?
I mean, I feel like that comes every now and so often, like. My friend was just reminding me like the other day. I was just saying like, yeah, I'm the best lawyer in the world or the best lawyer in Canada because I had a really good day. But then there's days that you're like, what's going on? Like the sky is falling or something like that. Like you're just it sucks being on the losing end. And there's always going to be not always, but sometimes you can come to an agreement when you're dealing with business because business is all about relationships and you have to give to get and stuff like that. But sometimes things may not go your way because what your client did or something like that, and it leaves. And sometimes it has a personal. I try not to personally let it affect me, but sometimes it does. Mm-hmm. Like even though I know maybe there was nothing more I could have done, you just hate to be on the short end of the stick in any situation at work and stuff like that. But when I felt like I was going to be a business lawyer, I guess is when I would say like when I knew like business is I've made it. I don't want to say made it, but this is my path and everything like that was like 2022, 2023. I had this one client and I would call him like a whale because he was a very wealthy man. He had a very promising business, and we had such a great relationship. We still have a great relationship, and like he took me on a couple of trips that he was going on, and he just told me like, you know, he wanted me to come because he's a businessman and he's an entrepreneur, and when he takes trips, he's going to be socializing and maybe cutting deals with people, and he wants his lawyer there. So he took me to Brazil, to Rio de Janeiro for New Year's one year, and that was amazing. And then he took me to Monaco for the F1 Grand Prix. My first time ever even watching F1 race. I knew like the stars like Hamilton and Verstappen and stuff like that, but just watching the highlights, never been up close with it. He took me over there. And then he rented like a crazy yacht. Took me he took me to the Amalfi Coast basically. And I love Europe because I went to law school over there anyways, but I'd never seen Southern Europe. And he took me over there, and I just felt like if this man, this multi-million-dollar man, has taken me over here, then he really trusts my counsel and my insight and stuff like that. So I felt like if I could be of value to him, I could be of value to almost anybody, really. So that was really the moment, really. Yeah.
I feel you, because you really felt gratified knowing that if someone of this level can trust you, then anybody at any level can trust you.
Exactly. Like if I have what it takes to properly counsel him, then I could do this for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually never talk about your time in Europe, like from the times of the yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what was Europe like for you? Did you have a culture shock?
At first when I got over there, but I tell everybody, going to Europe saved my life. Because at the time, like the people I was around, even though I was a paralegal, I went to Europe for law school. So I was a paralegal before I had just graduated York. Even me going to York was like kind of like I really went because my boy had gotten accepted. I'm like, yo, you're at university? So I'm gonna enroll too. Like I'm gonna enroll too just to hang out with my boy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
we can hang out with the class, whatever. Yo, that first year that we linked up over there, man, we were both on academic probation. Like we were like, I don't know what we were on, but we were both in political science, and I don't know why I even took political science. I never cared to be a politician, and then as I got into the course, I really didn't want to be a politician. I didn't want to be in politics, and I switched over to sociology, and I completed that. But Europe was great. I love Europe. I love European fashion. I loved football or soccer before I even went over there. Everything was great over there except being in the UK, being from Canada. We have different seasons, right? But you know when the seasons are coming. You know when it's gonna be. You know when spring comes, it's gonna be the rainy season. You know when winter comes, it's gonna be cold. These guys go through multiple seasons in a day. You can come outside and it be shining, and then it just starts raining, and they're just used to it. Like it could rain every day in London, like no joke. So the first 2 weeks over there, I was really depressed because I couldn't even tell if the day had changed because it would just be gray skies, gray skies, gray skies, right? And this is like September. I get over there for school, right? It's the start of fall, and it was the first time. No, it wasn't the first time I lived on my own, but like I had to really make my meals and everything like that. So I lost weight and stuff like that. But I just met a great group of people over there that are still my friends now, and I just had a great time. I spent 3 years over there because the first year I was messing around. I ended up I was supposed to be over there for 2 years. Having too much fun that first year, I ended up having to stay for 3 years, but it proved beneficial because I got to travel Europe, and traveling Europe is so cheap. Canada could learn a lot from it. Like I used to go from London to Milan for like $50 round trip, like on a flight. And we can't even do that to go to Montreal. We can't do that to go to Vancouver. And these are cities in the country and stuff like that. And I'm going around. Like I'm going to Italy. I'm going to France. Like Amsterdam is right there and stuff like that. And just connecting with people, I just felt like that saved my life because I don't feel like I was really on anything before I left to go to law school, to be honest with you. I don't think you envision, you have all these goals and stuff like that, but you have no way of knowing how you're gonna get there. And when I got over there, I mean, you went to York. How much Black people are really in university over here in the GTA? A small percentage.
A very small percentage, especially Jamaicans too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you go to the UK, everybody's at uni, right? The Africans, the Caribbeans, they're all at uni with all the other ethnicities and stuff like that. So that showed me I belong. And when I got over there, I just felt like this is a miracle coming from Port Union and Shepherd. This is a miracle for me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
There's like an outer body experience where you're like, whoa, I was trapped in the shell.
Yeah.
And now like your mind feels expanded.
Definitely.
Being out there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And business is big over there because the UK doesn't produce any natural resource. All they do is money. All they do is banking, right? All they do is finance. So that just that just stuck to me. And then like I just studied entrepreneurs all day. I listened to a bunch of podcasts. I can't remember the one podcast I used to listen to, but it was this gentleman that used to interview like top executives and CEOs, and I used to just listen every week when a new episode would drop, and I'd learn the hardships. At that time, I started listening to Gary Vee. Gary Vee used to interview people.
Was it Stephen Bartlett you were talking about?
I really can't remember. I'd have to go back on my app and see if it's still there. But I used to listen to this one podcast religiously, and then Gary Vee, and then just studying. I used to, because I used to tell myself like, this is the last time you'll be in an environment like this of learning and development with all these resources. Like I had professors, you have the library, you have access to so much knowledge while you're in school. And I just wanted to take advantage of that because I knew this would be the last time that I would get to be in an environment like this. Like I was a mature student at that time. By the time I went to law school, I was in my mid-20s. So I've already gone to Humber. I've already gone to York. So I knew what this meant, right? So I knew to take advantage of this. Yeah.
Before we move on to the real business law, how did your thinking of people evolve being in Europe?
Well, at first I just thought like people in the UK are real moody, but I realized it's just the rain. Like it's just gloomy, man.
Yeah.
Like the sun has a real effect on your mood.
Yeah.
Think about how summertime you feel so electric, so vibrant, and then as the seasons creep into fall and creep into winter, how you might be like, yo, I'm over this. Like I want to get out of here and stuff like that, right? I'm a winter baby, so it's like I don't feel like I don't feel like the snow and winter has such an effect on me because I was born in the cold, so I'm used to it. But I felt like going over there, people really respected Canadians. They look at Canadians as allies. Canadians are so friendly. There were so much Canadians in my class, in my law school class. But apart from that, I felt like people were maybe moody and stuff like that in the UK. But you realize that England is the center of the world. I know people love America and stuff like that, but England's right there touching Africa. People in people across Europe want to come to England. It's where the money is. And then there's a lot of countries in Asia that want to come to England as well. Like it's really the center of the world for business and stuff like that. I know America, their market is great. People want to do business with Americans, but people, I mean, up until recently, England was a part of the EU. So that's what really shaped how I saw the world when Brexit happened too. Because I remember the weeks and months leading up to Brexit, I remember watching the rallies, and I remember seeing a lot of nationalists. They were so for Brexit. They didn't want to be a part of the EU. They were tired of people coming to the England. People coming to England. At that time, they had borderless countries, basically. So you could, if you were a citizen of England, you could move to France and just set up. You wouldn't have to worry about much. You can go get healthcare in France. You can come get healthcare in England. So people would love to come from other countries in the EU and come set up shop in England. But what I was seeing was people were just tired of that now. People were tired of using the euro. I mean, they always used the pound in UK, but they just only wanted to use the pound. They were tired of people coming and relying on NHS. Like we have OHIP, they have NHS, whatever. They were tired of paying taxes that went to supporting people who weren't British born and British citizens and stuff like that. And I used to think it was just when I used the word nationalist, I used to think it was just white British. And then I'm seeing blacks have the same opinion. I'm seeing immigrants have the same opinion, but they just been in England longer. So they don't want no one. So in my head, I was thinking, okay, so what? Someone opened the door for you, but you don't want no one else to come in behind you.
Yeah.
So I started seeing that and everything like that, and I started learning about nationalism and conservatives because before, as an immigrant myself, naturally you're gonna be raised as a liberal, and I'm just seeing other viewpoints. I'm listening to other viewpoints, and I'm just seeing people really just they just want to look out for them. They want to look out for their community, look out for their country and stuff like that. So I can't knock them. Sometimes you want to keep your traditions, keep your culture, and you don't really want other influences to come in. And I understand that. And I'm not gonna lie to you. while I was over there, that's when I really understood. Like when people were like talking about Donald Trump and like like the things that Donald Trump was saying, it resonated with me because I was seeing it already during Brexit. So I knew Donald Trump was going to win just based off Brexit, because I'm like, if people can feel this way about their neighboring countries, this man's going to win. Right. And then I woke up in the morning and he won.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
it made sense.
It made sense to me because there's a collective of people that just want their traditions. They just want how their opinions and how they feel about their country. They want to keep that intact. They don't really want outside people interfering with what they've known. Right.
Yeah.
So I respect that. I don't feel like. I don't feel like every community, I don't feel like you have to be, there's no rule or law that says we have to welcome outsiders and adapt to them. Why should we adapt to them? This is not how I feel, but I was seeing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why should we change our community to adapt to others?
When it's our country.
When it's our country. So that's what I was basically seeing over there. So I learned
We're seeing that here.
Yeah. We're seeing it here, but you know what? What I realized looking back when we were young, this is kind of like what Quebec was going through. Quebec tried to leave Canada, and I felt like, and Quebec is big on their culture. Like a couple weeks ago, I called the Quebec courthouse, and they said they could only speak to me in French if I met some of the guidelines. Like, are you calling from another province? Yes. Okay, fine. But we're not gonna just bow down to what you want us to do. This is our thing, and we're going to protect it, but maybe sometimes we can make some concessions and exceptions for some people, but for the most part, we're going to keep true to our essence. And I understood it. So that was my time over there. But I learned Brexit really taught me a lot that I wouldn't have learned if I was over here. So yeah.
No, that was big. Honestly, on the point of Donald Trump, I saw it too, and I think he had like a multitude of things that really helped him win. When I went there, I went to New York. No, I drove past New York to get to Philadelphia. I had a speaking engagement for the podcast in 2021, 2022, I believe.
Yeah.
So this is when he wasn't even president.
No,
right?
But he's just talking. Oh, this is when he wasn't president no more.
No more.
Yeah.
So 2020, I think he left.
Yeah.
And or lost, and then he was still talking all on social media, all on Twitter at the time.
Donald Trump made me think that the election really was rigged, that he lost.
You think so? Ooh,
I don't. Okay, now looking back, it's hard to rig an election, right? But I felt like there's no way that Joe Biden beat Donald Trump in an election just because of Donald Trump's charisma. I would never vote for Donald Trump, but a man that charismatic, how could he lose? Unless he lost to a man more charismatic. There was nothing charismatic about Joe Biden, but what I chalk it up to, maybe people were just tired of Donald Trump and his sentiments during his reign, right? Yeah. That's what I believe.
After 2020.
Yeah. But he's back again, so it's like obviously not, right? Well, but then they put Kamala late in it and everything like that.
That's what to say. So the whole Kamala move, that was like the biggest sabotage to a campaign you've ever seen in history.
Yeah.
And what I was gonna say is, when I went to Philadelphia, I had to drive past New York State, and this is literally the year after he lost. And in New York State, it was littered with Trump flags.
This is right after the election.
This is after he lost.
Yeah.
So in which country do you see the losing person's flag all over the state in a liberal state?
Yeah.
That was like, oh,
they really want him here.
They really want him.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I was like, okay, once he comes back, it's a wrap.
Yeah, and then so basically, so do you understand, like, how do you feel about tariffs? Do you see why he would do that?
Tariffs, I think, is the stupidest thing.
I think it's stupid too.
Yeah.
But I understand what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
He's trying to jolt the economy over there. He's trying to bring back, I feel like, I do feel like you should have trade with other countries. I mean, trading is good. Trading boosts economy, it boosts production, it boosts innovation, stuff like that. But I also see that he sees there's a problem here. We're relying too much on foreign goods and foreign services, and I need to give my citizens a chance, like to develop and stuff like that, because Americans feel like they're too good for certain jobs. They feel like they're too good to make certain things. And I mean, I know the cost of living in America is higher than some foreign places, but I need to get my people to just do these things. We need to rely on us. That's the way I look at it. But I know it's not great for everyone else around the world, right? And obviously, we're taking a hit. It's a horrible time to even buy cars right now. It's a horrible time to buy anything American. The Canadian dollar is
at its lowest point. Yeah,
it's not worth nothing.
Yeah,
right. So right now, I don't even care to go to America really, because I know my dollar is not going to get me nothing over there. So, but I understand what he's trying to do. I don't know if he's going to be successful with it, but I just understand where his thinking is. And it all goes back to Brexit for me. People just wanting to keep things at home.
Yeah.
Right. So
honestly, I think the tariffs are one of the stupidest things, and I get what you're saying too, and I agree. He needs to do something about globalization,
exactly,
because America. I never forget, there was a viral Chinese TikTok that an Asian guy came in and said, "Hey, I'm gonna have something in my house for no." He said, "Hey, hi guys, hi Americans, how you doing?" And he says, "In my hands is everything I have from America that's made in America." And he opens his hands and it's nothing.
Nothing.
You know? Yeah. And he says, "Well, what about you? How many things in your house are made from China?" And then I thought, I sat back and I was like, wow.
Everything comes from Asia, like manufacturing and stuff like that.
Everything comes from China.
Yeah.
And I think people don't because I went to school for retail management.
Okay, right? So you understand.
Yeah. So it's literally the study of economics, business management, and globalization. I took courses in this.
Yeah.
Bro, when you think about, when you understand that it's not just what's made in America, but the tools to make it in America.
Yeah.
The raw materials to make it in America.
Somewhere else
coming from somewhere else too. Yeah. So to add the tariffs, you're not just increasing the product of the pricing of it, you're increasing the raw materials of it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The rubber to make the sneakers, the laces, the everything.
Yeah.
So it's long-term stupid, because it's going to increase the price point so much that even when you try to make it in America, it's not going to be good. What you should have done is incentivized and have grant programs and more incentives for people to make it in America.
Yeah.
What it's doing is empowering the government by taxing Americans. It's a tax.
You're strong arming them.
Exactly.
Forcing, now you're like, okay, it's you buy American or that's it. Your business is going to go out of business.
Yeah.
Your business might go out of business by buying American anyways, because it's going to cost more.
Exactly.
So, but I understand, I just understand what he's trying to do. I don't know if it's going to work. Everyone's saying it can't work, it can't work, it can't work. But I mean, somebody must be telling them, yo, it can't work for him to try this or something, right? Someone must be advising him.
Yeah. So here's the thing is, it's funny because we are about 100 years off from the Great Depression.
Yeah. And
you know what caused the Great Depression?
I don't know if it was tariffs. Was it tariffs?
Tariffs is one of the biggest parts of the Great Depression.
Okay.
They call it the I can't remember the guy. I can't pronounce the guy's name. Smoot Harley. I'll link it down below for audience listening. Okay. But yeah, there was a huge tariff declaration during that time.
Okay.
Where he was trying to get everything made in America.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think it's called the Smoot-Hawley tariffs. And that really sent the world economy off.
Yeah.
And that's what was a big catalyst into the Great Depression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So once you do that research, you're like, wow, and then we're 100 years off and history repeats itself.
Yeah.
It's like, I wonder why, you know? So those two things, one, how big the e-commerce companies are, how big, if you think about it, AI is propped up to improve the e-commerce companies. Facebook is booming because of the e-commerce companies.
Yeah.
That's what it's really based off. And at the core of that is how you're selling the products, and the products are usually made in China.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I would say it like this. Trump is about 20 years too late.
Okay.
You know, because the developments that's happening, to have that all go off within his 4-year time span before the next president comes in and is like, you know what,
Yeah, he's
screw
not
all
even
that.
getting 8 years. He's only getting 4 years again, right? To do all this. So it's
Exactly.
like
So
the next person can come in and just undo
and do
everything he's
do
done.
everything.
Yeah.
So there's no way to really create all the manufacturing companies, all the
In that short little time.
it's impossible, bro.
Yeah.
Like you think about this. China has been globalizing and manufacturing for 30, 40 years, 50 years.
Yeah.
And they were doing it with slave labor, bro.
Yeah.
Like
I just think I actually think he's trying to slow down China, slow down
slow
India.
down China.
You know,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
India's
yeah.
big on services. Like when you call TD Bank,
They're
they
calling
connect you to
India.
they're calling India,
Yeah.
right? And then when you go into like a Home Depot, a lot of these these things that you're gonna put in your house, they come from China, they come from Taiwan,
Yep.
stuff like that, right? So I just think he was just trying to slow them down. Like they're obviously trying to still be the number one power in the world, and power comes from your economy. And I just think he's just trying to slow down those other companies. But how can you slow down China? The rest of the world is still using it, and I don't even understand. We talk about the Great Depression. I don't understand why just America not buying into the rest of the world would slow down the rest of the world's economy, because I mean, America does have a good population, 300 million, a little bit over 300 million, but there's still billions and billions of other people in the world. I never took economics, but why? I just don't understand. What I do know is in business, if there's a void, let's say America is not a player now on the global market, big player, don't get me wrong, but there's still so many other billions and billions of consumers around the world that you could sell to, and suppliers and manufacturers. So I don't understand why just America removing themselves from the table would send the rest of the world into a tailspin, but we'll see.
It's because they're the biggest buyers.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
But there's only, when I say only, I know that's a big chunk of people, 300 plus million people. It's a big chunk. But people consume all over the world. But that just shows you like maybe America is just over consuming.
Yeah, oh, for sure. For sure.
Right?
Like in the Pareto's principle,
Yeah.
the 80-20, in terms of you get 80% of your results from the 20% of people.
Yes.
America's at 20 for sure.
Yeah.
You know, for any Canadian entrepreneur, they know as soon as they hit America, things are gonna skyrocket. You know, like cause remember, I did retail management and then I did marketing.
Okay.
Like I know for a fact, like most businesses, their goal is to get middle-aged American women. They're the ones empowering the world right now because they're buying so much for sure. Yeah, like that's like the golden goose of like a lot of marketers is to go after middle American women.
Really?
Yeah.
So minivans. Now not just minivans, mid-size SUVs and stuff like that. Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
They're the core person that's gonna really influence purchasing decisions.
Okay.
So even if they're not the ones consuming it, or they'll be the one influencing that decision within that household.
Okay.
So if you can get them on your side, it's a wrap. You know,
the psychology of marketing. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, man. And when it comes to marketing, you know, you have to have your business aligned and protected.
Yeah.
You know, so like, what are some of the common misconceptions and mistakes you see entrepreneurs doing when it comes to protecting their business?
Now today is like using Google and ChatGPT to make contracts for them with like just because ChatGPT can only produce what you tell it. So if there's something that you don't know, ChatGPT is not going to just think for you like that. Like I know it's artificial intelligence, but you still have to feed it the right prompts and stuff like that, and stuff like that. Like a lot of people come to me and like, oh, I use, like they'll show me their contract and I'll be like, oh, who made this for you? Oh, I ChatGPT'd it. But this like, and then this contract can be used in any space, right? Like it's not tailored to their growth. It's not tailored to protect them moving forward. It might be something that they just put together quickly to send out to somebody. Maybe they're working with some type of brand or something like that, and they just want something out there. And I'm just like, okay, cool. But the biggest mistake anybody could do as a business person is just not reading a contract, right? Like you don't know what your contract says, you don't know what the contract says that this person has sent to you. That's one of the biggest mistakes to me, and just not limiting your liability, because business is all about liability. When sometimes things don't go as planned, and if you're not set up in a way, you could lose your business, and then you could also past that you could lose your personal assets as well, right? That's why I urge people to incorporate their business. Don't just have a sole proprietorship. Um, Protect themselves, right? Protect your business, protect your personal assets, and that sort of thing. So I would say the biggest mistakes is just using a cookie cutter contract to protect your business, and just and not limiting the liability. Like there's too much exposure to getting sued or whatever the case may be, right? So that's what I would say are the biggest mistakes, really.
So I got to give you pushback on the Chat GPT.
Yeah, I love ChatGPT. Don't get me wrong, but okay, your business. This is your business.
Yeah,
Your business is your baby.
correct.
Would you just take someone off the street to come watch over your baby?
Hell no.
Right? Don't get me wrong. You could use ChatGPT for a lot, and yes, it could draft contracts. But if people don't have the right skills to prompt this thing to really look out for it, it's not gonna do what you think it's gonna do. It's what it's gonna. Yes, you're gonna have. Okay, this is my deposit. This is the term of the contract where it's 12 months. You pay in installments, et cetera, et cetera. But a lot of the terms ChatGPT is putting in, people aren't even really diving into to have ChatGPT explain what these terms are. How is this protecting my business? It's just there, and they just think, okay, yeah, that's great. This contract has now gone from 1 page to 3 pages or 4 pages, so I must be good, right? But you find the type of business that you do, the type of people that you work with, you don't know if this is going to cover your butt if you get into a situation, right? So that's what I would say. Like I've seen businesses, people get sued for a whole bunch of money, and all they had was a ChatGPT contract, but they didn't know anything about indemnifications. They didn't know anything about just limiting their liability. They're just thinking, I just want to get paid, right? So it's a different thinking.
So, all right. So let me ask something. There's going to be people who are watching this, who are business owners, and they think, hold up, quick second.
Yeah. Bless you.
Oh, man. Okay. I got to clap.
That's what you do?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Cleanings at all or paper towel? Or?
I think I'm okay. Chris, I look okay, man?
Yeah, you look fine.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Let me clap.
Okay.
So for people who are using ChatGPT, there's gonna be a certain sect of listeners. I already know you. You're gonna, even though I have a lawyer right here that you can reach out to,
please,
you're still going to use ChatGPT.
They can use it.
Yeah.
But it's just okay. It's just about detail. Okay, let me just run this by you, because right now I'm actually working with AI law. Right? Think about this. Is there a difference between you telling out ChatGPT, make me a picture of a woman wearing a blue dress on a steep hill, and you telling ChatGPT, make me a Filipino woman wearing a Gucci dress with an overcast in the hills of Malaysia, and she has freckles on her face, and maybe just in the background, kids running around playing, and whatever the case may be. One prompt is way more detailed than the other prompt. So you're just saying, I'm an esthetician, make me a contract that I could give my clients, so I can let them know about what, like, my payment structure. That's one thing. But now telling ChatGPT, okay, you're my expert counsel, make me a contract that's going to protect me from any kind of lawsuits because of the type of, because I do Botox and I do fillers and I do plasma treatments, and I don't want to ever get sued for maybe any type of just issue that comes with my service. It's you know what I'm saying? It's just different, right? You telling it to just make you a woman in a blue dress on a hill, that's so little, right? And it's gonna give you just that, right? But you don't know what you don't know, so you don't know that this is what I should be telling it, but you're only just telling it something generic. So you're gonna get something generic, right? You're not gonna get something that's tailor made unless you feed it those prompts. And you have to understand, ChatGPT is just pulling things from around the internet at the end of the day, right? These are things that it's seeing other people say. So it's not gonna read no law book for you or anything like that. So it's like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's one or the other. But go ahead, what you were gonna say. The people watching, they're gonna say they swear by ChatGPT, and I love ChatGPT too. It saves me a bunch of time, right? But you have to know what you're putting in, and because what you're putting in is what you're gonna get out, right? ChatGPT didn't grow with your business, but it's good at drafting for you and everything like that. But what you feed it is what you're gonna get out, and what you don't know is, you know what I'm saying? A lawyer is gonna, you come to a lawyer because there's things you acknowledge that you don't know, right? So a lawyer's gonna be like, you know what? I've dealt with so many clients that are in your line of work. I've seen this client lose their business because of this. So let me protect you by adding this to the contract or guiding you on this, and maybe you should go talk to this person next. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. Keep using ChatGPT. I don't mind. I think AI is definitely the way the world is going, but be careful what you tell ChatGPT to do for you. And then always double check it. I'm gonna be real with you right now. I used ChatGPT one time in a hearing. And listen, ChatGPT was making up cases and giving it to me. Just because yes, it was trying to support my argument by making up cases that didn't exist. And when the judge asked me for the case citation and ChatGPT gave me the case citation, we couldn't find it. So I've taken the L with AI. So that's why, like, I only go so far with it, and whatever it tells me, I still do my research. I just use it as a study guide, really, right? Because, you know, when you're in court and you're doing litigation, people are playing for keeps. So you're making that mistake. It looks bad. It looks poorly on you. Your client's gonna look at you like, "Oh, you're not properly prepared. Where did you get this information from?" The judge is wondering the same thing too. So yeah, I'll never forget. It was telling me what I wanted to hear, basically, and that's what it'll do. That it'll give you what you want. You gotta be careful. You never had that. You never had that experience with ChatGPT where it's feeding you
hallucinated.
Yeah. That's what they call it.
Hallucination. Yeah, ChatGPT be hallucinating. Yeah.
Oh, I never knew there was a term.
Yeah.
But it's feeding you something to support your narrative or support what you want.
For sure.
And it's not being accurate.
For sure. Yeah, I've definitely had that with ChatGPT where it's giving me something that's completely false.
Yes.
I've had it on both sides.
Yeah.
I had it where it's giving me something completely false and inaccurate.
Yeah.
And completely made up, and I asked, "Where'd you get this from?" It says, "Oh."
And they can't tell you.
They can't give
you a link.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's always ask it, where did you pull this information from? And if it can't give you a link, don't use it.
Yeah. Or sometimes they even try to give you a link, and the link will be wrong.
The link will
go
to something else that has nothing to do with it.
It's like, whoa, who gave you the audacity? Like, who told you to give me this? Yeah, for sure.
And it never apologizes.
Saying, yeah. That's the thing about ChatGPT. Now, on the flip side, though.
Yeah.
So I was building a contract out for a potential client.
Yeah.
And we use ChatGPT, and I was like, before I use ChatGPT, let me get it approved by a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And I got it looked at, and the lawyer looked at it for maybe 15 minutes, said it was good, and then charged me $330.
Oh, that wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you.
Okay.
No, it wasn't you.
Okay.
And that was it. That was the contract. And then I went, presented it to him, and he said it was fine. And then after that, I'm like, damn, was it even worth getting that $300?
Peace of mind.
I guess so.
Yeah. Peace of mind.
But from that, I learned to audit the prompts. So you create the prompts, and then you set it out, let it go, let it run. And then after, you come back and say, audit the prompt or audit this for my situation.
Yeah.
And ask questions to see if it's a fit.
Yeah.
That has worked wonders for me.
Because it's going to give you a bunch of stuff that you're wondering, why didn't you just give me that in the first place?
Yeah.
You might ask it, what am I missing?
Yeah.
What could improve this draft?
Yeah, poke holes, things of that nature. Those prompts really, this difference really improved the prompt to help the actual contract get made, you know? So that's one big gem if you're creating contracts. Definitely use that. 'Cause I know there's a certain sect of people that even though they should have a lawyer, they should hire Courtney, they're still not going to, just because, of where they are in their business.
What I'll say is this. If you have a business that is in a industry that is very volatile, like the littlest slip up, you can get sued for hundreds and thousands, if not millions. Why would you depend on a free computer machine to protect you? That machine has no skin in the game. As your lawyer, I have skin in the game. Like I don't want the bad reputation. If ChatGPT doesn't serve you, are people gonna stop using ChatGPT?
Not at
If
all.
ChatGPT gets it wrong for you, you're not gonna convince millions of people to stop using it. It's the reputation doesn't get reduced by just one person. But if I do a bad job for you, it costs you your house. Now your kids can't, now you have to downgrade your lifestyle because you're getting sued. You're gonna leave the worst Google review on my page. I'm never gonna get a referral from you again. I've now lost that tree of referrals from you, right? So you have to think about it. ChatGPT doesn't have no skin in the game in your business. It doesn't care if your business fails or if your business succeeds. While like a business lawyer like myself, I want to grow with my clients. I want my clients to be the next Google, the next Walmarts, the next Disney. So I want to see them succeed, right? That's why just how you started off the show, just talking about I saw the first stages of the pod, to come here. I want to grow with my clients. I want to grow with my friends. Like I want to see their success stories and I hope to be a part of it. I take pride in that, right? ChatGPT don't care about your business like that. It's a machine at the end of the day. It's doing what it's programmed to do, but it just doesn't have any skin in the game in your business, right? So just know that. Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, is there specific terms that as entrepreneurs, as founders, that we should look out for every single time to make sure that we're not getting taken advantage of?
I would say, depending on what you do, if you're a content creator, you want to limit the use of, like if you're licensing out your content, you want to limit the use of your content. Like you don't want them to be able to use this this content forever. I think you and I have done something back in the day with your content and stuff like that. Were you licensing out your content or something? Remind me?
Yeah. Licensing out the content.
You don't want them to use it in perpetuity where they're using it forever, or they're using it in mediums and spaces that you didn't agree to, right? And now they're making a lot of money off your content you don't even know about, etc. They're putting it in places that you didn't even agree, that doesn't even line up with your brand, right? So you want to protect, it depends what you're putting out there, but you want to have a limit on how they can use it and for how long they could use it. You definitely want to get top dollar for your whatever you're putting out, whether it's a service or a good. You want to limit your liability. You want to make sure that this person, if it's a contractor that's working for you, they understand that they're not an employee, that they're actually a contractor, so they don't have employment rights with you. You want to make sure like everything is clear in terms of if things go wrong, how we're going to resolve this. Are we going to go to arbitration or mediation, or are we just going to go straight to court, right? Stuff like that. You want to make sure that this contract is serving you. At the end of the day, it's serving the relationship between me and this person, and it's serving my business, my brand, right? Don't get caught up to where you're just lending out your good or your service forever and you can't revisit this deal, or you're lending out your content forever and you can't revisit this and narrow it down and stuff like that, right? That's what I would say in a nutshell. Just essentially just take that. Don't put out your content forever. Don't let someone just use your content forever at this rate or whatever the case may be, because what your brand is worth today is not what's going to be worth a year from now. Your content's going to be worth maybe way more a year from now. And maybe you might not want your brand to be shown in certain spaces that this person is going to license it out to be in a certain way. You want your brand to be over there no more. I'll use a quick analogy, or just a quick example. When I first started marketing, there was a popular guy on Instagram that I paid to post me, but this guy was from the streets, and I don't know why I want. This guy was I don't. He's a popular guy in Toronto that I paid to post me, whatever. But the only people that followed me off of him were people that they weren't doing no business. They weren't doing no legitimate business, at least. And it just like I realized. That's the first time I realized, like, listen, not every promotion is good promotion. Like this is not the person I want to be speaking for my business or to be like the face of my business to the community and stuff like that. So you get more aware of where you're being marketed, where your content is, where your face is, right? The rooms that your brand and your business are in. You probably wouldn't want you probably just wouldn't want and what they're doing with AI too is like the deep fakes and everything like that. Like what if someone made a Alex twin model? Now there's an AI Alex out there because you've maybe licensed your voice for something, and now they're using it for an AI model or something out there. It's crazy what they can do with your voice now.
Yeah.
Next year's gonna be crazy for AI.
Honestly, have you seen the new Google Nano Banana Pro?
I just was looking into it this week, but I haven't even scratched the surface of what it's gonna be able to do. But I've just been looking into AI models and AI twins and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it's so good that even talking about this got goosebumps because it's indistinguishable from real life. You know what I see? Because I was looking at a video the other day of like a whole fashion set, and the person was running late, and they had to get the girl all glammed up to be on set. And I'm like, wow, that's probably not gonna happen anymore. The new thing that's gonna happen is, all right, we have this new AI campaign ready to roll out with you. Do you approve? Yes or no?
Yeah.
That's going to be like the new thing where your likeness is going to be an asset.
Yep.
And you're just going to approve the campaign or not approve the campaign. You know?
It doesn't matter what you come in wearing.
Exactly.
They're gonna change what you're wearing, and they're gonna put like 10 different outfits on you.
You might not even be there physically.
Yeah.
You know, like you might, like in the example, the girl was horseback riding.
Yeah.
I was watching a show on Netflix. She was horseback riding in Paris, something like that. And they're like, we need you here in an hour, or you're actually late. And she's like, oh wow, and ran straight from the horseback ride right into there, smelling like horse.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, wow, what's gonna happen now is that she'll probably get a message like, all right, this is the campaign, this is what you're looking, this is what you're wearing. Do you approve?
Yeah.
And that's probably gonna be it now.
And then it might not even be do you approve? Because if you didn't have it in your contract that, hey, I have to get the final say on how you put my likeness out there, they're just gonna do it.
For sure.
They're just gonna do it.
For sure. That's a huge thing.
So you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's an AI model I want to show you. I mean, I'd have to show you on my phone because I was just looking at her. I think her name is Lil Makeda. Have you ever seen her?
Mm-mm.
I'll show you. I mean,
I can look it up. I have my phone right here.
Yeah,
Lil Makeda.
Lil. Sorry, I'm just gonna.
Lil Makeda. That sounds very interesting. Kind of like what Timbaland's doing.
Over 2 million
I've seen her. Yes.
But you know what? I thought she was new, but when I did my research, she's been out since maybe 2019, 2018.
Yeah.
And back then they called her a robot, right? Before we were really comfortable using the word AI and AI model, AI twin. And she's in pictures and videos with real people, and she's an influencer herself. I don't know who's behind her yet. Like I'm still researching and stuff like that.
There's a whole company. Yeah, it's a whole big company behind her.
Right?
Yeah.
But this is gonna be the, like, you know what I'm saying? Why pay a real human who has feelings and who has rights and et cetera, when I could just pay an AI bot or machine? I'm not even paying them. I'm not even paying them. I'm paying the developers behind her and stuff like that, and I can put her in any.
That's where I completely disagree.
Yeah,
that's where I completely disagree.
I agree. Like why? Yeah. Like, but I don't. But she has a following of over 2 million people. Some people.
But how engaged are they? How trusting are they? You know what I'm saying?
They follow her. Why do they follow an unreal thing?
Nah, just because you follow. Like I'm not getting legal advice from. Six Buzz, you know what I'm saying?
Not Six Buzz.
You see what I'm saying? Because they have the following. We're not going to trust them with certain things, right? Yeah. So I think the real value nowadays is going to be in the trust.
Yeah.
You know? And if I'm an influencer and I have a real relationship and the parasocial relationship that most influencers have with their audience, then the trust factor is going to be so much higher.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if people are really trusting that AI. It's not AI. It's not AI because it's artificially like created. So it's not even AI. It's a whole other genre.
Yeah.
But if I'm Kylie Jenner, then I was
just gonna use Kim Kardashian.
Exactly.
If Kim Kardashian does a collab post with her,
then you might trust it. Exactly. But it's a difference because the trust is so real. Because like a lot of people saying influencers are going to be dead and this is that. Now I completely disagree. Yeah. I think influencers are going to be even more valued because their relationship with the audience is going to be so much more realer.
I hope so.
You know,
like you're right, man.
I think about it, bro. Like if there's an AI podcast and then versus like a Joe Budden podcast, like who are you going to trust more? You're going to trust Joe Budden for sure because it's a real person. That's how we think. No, all right. So
that's how we think.
That's not true.
Understand about the younger generation that's coming, man.
Bro, the younger generation is so untrusting. Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. I had my younger cousins come over to my house, right? And they are like, let's say 6 to like 9, 10, right? Super young. They saw a picture of their grandma with my mom, right? And you know those like old, not necessarily old, but those photos where you had the fake backdrop,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they looked at it. Remember, they're 6 to 9,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Look at the background. It's AI."
Oh, they didn't know it's like at Sears.
Exactly.
With the,
They didn't know
with
it's
the
like an
backdrop.
event, and it's just like a random backdrop because to them, the new backdrop is AI.
Yeah.
So they're being trained to see AI in everything.
Yeah.
So now their whole generational perspective is decipher.
Yeah.
Is it real or is it AI?
Okay.
That's the whole new generation.
Yeah.
So to trust something now, it's gonna be 10 times harder to drive that trust.
Yeah.
So if I have that relationship with that parasocial relationship with that person, it's gonna 10x in the future because the trust is gonna be there because they're gonna know this person's real. I'm watching a human. This is not AI. I can buy it with faith.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas if I'm just scrolling online, I think the Facebook ad is at the real risk because people are not going to know if the ad is real or not. And you're going to have real put on it now. Kind of
like you mean they're not gonna, when you say real, what do you mean? Like a real human?
Real human.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be like the new like checkbox on Facebook ads where
like you gotta disclose if you're using AI
or if it's real
models for this.
Yeah, no, I think AI is gonna be so big that you're gonna have to say that it's real. It's gonna be like natural food, you know, like oh yeah, it's real beef.
When you say real though, like real what? Like just
it's real human.
Real
because
human.
If you think about it, like right now, if you walk into McDonald's, it's gonna say 100% Angus beef.
Yeah.
And you're like, what else was it supposed to be?
Yeah.
You know?
Hey man.
Because
people are telling me Bill Gates is now like Bill Gates is selling cloned meat.
Yeah, that's a real thing. Clone meat is a real thing. Plant-based meat.
Yeah.
So they can, because bro, that's a whole other side note. But
it is
studying retail, you learn that.
But just off of what you said about people trusting the AI, but there was a case where I think a young girl or a young adult or a young teen, maybe like harmed themselves based on what the AI was telling it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if it's ChatGPT or one of the other ones, but I mean, they must have trusted it so much that they harmed themselves based on what it was giving, what the feedback they were getting. Right.
Yeah.
So if a computer can make you harm yourself, I mean, a computer can make you buy something as well. It's like it takes more emotion to, you know what I'm saying? The same emotion that you need that the machine instilled in you to harm yourself. It's not going to be that far off to make you go purchase this skateboard or go purchase this new purse or jacket. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know, man. Next year we're on the cusp. We're not even there at the tip of the iceberg yet. So next year you just gotta watch out. We're not gonna know what's real or what's fake. I went to lunch with my grandmother, me and my brothers and stuff like that. I took a picture of her. I was trying to explain what AI is. She didn't understand. I'm like, okay, watch this. I took a picture of her. I put it into Grok. You ever use Grok? You know the settings on Grok. I think you can make this fun. I showed it to her, and like she almost spit out her food because she's like, that's me, but that's not me. I wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, and I was trying to explain to her like, this is what they're doing with computers now. This is what someone could do with your image, right? And her mind was blown, you know, because she's just used to YouTube and Netflix, right? But now it's like, whoa, someone can make me do something that's not even me, and it's you. It's you. Like she knows this is her. This is what she was wearing. This is how she looks. These are her wrinkles, and now she's doing something stupid like juggling at the dinner table. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta watch out. Next year's gonna be big.
I agree. So on that note, what are some of the things both content creators and business owners can have to protect themselves from AI?
Wow, man, that's such a broad question because it's so like there's things. It's so crazy. So if you're doing a deal with somebody, you have to limit how they're gonna use your likeness. That's number one. Like, you know, you have to let them know, like, you know, you cannot use my likeness. You can't depict me with any AI elements. You can't depict me. You have to give me last say, final say before you put me out there on any kind of medium. You obviously limit the time that you could do it. You cannot use my voice for things that aren't a part of what I've said you could use it for, stuff like that. Now you're gonna be able to trademark your AI models and your AI twins. But in order to do that, like the courts have said that they're in your prompts, in what you use AI to create, you have to put enough human creative input. So the example I gave you before, where you just say, "Make me a woman in a blue dress on a steep hill,"
Yeah.
that's not going to be eligible for you to copyright and trademark, because that's such a generic thing. The computer has done that for you. You have to really give it real creative input, where you say, "This is the time of day I want the sun to depict on this image. I want the contrast to be like this. I want her skin to be like this. I want her height to be like this. I want the kids running around to be like this. I want the mountains to have a little bit of snow on it." You have to give it that human creative input, or else you're not going to be able to protect what you generate with AI, or what you create. That's what's happening right now. So even if you make music and you just tell the AI to make a song about this and this, that's not enough. You're gonna have to give it something. You may have to give it a few lyrics and stuff like that for it to build something off of. When I was in, I can't remember if I was in Italy or France a couple of years ago. I actually went to an AI museum, AI art gallery, and this man was he was an art broker, and he had before someone wants to buy expensive art, he would broker the deal between you and the artist, whatever, if you want to buy that. Now what he's doing is he's using, and I haven't seen it since I was there. I know it's still around, but I'm just not checking for it like that. He was using software that allowed him to make these images and these clips with AI, and he was selling those for millions and millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Listen, man.
I'm in the wrong business.
It was I gotta find him on Instagram if I could still find him. But he was, at that time, it was trippy. It was very trippy looking art. But I can only imagine what he's done now and redefined it. But it was like a gallery. People were bidding on this art, right? And at that time, people were using NFTs.
Non-fungibles.
Yeah.
Those
I
died
guess
quick,
that market is over.
Yeah.
But AI art is still going to be here, and the only way to protect your AI art is to give it enough human creative prompts and human creative input, where now you could see that a human was behind making this and not just a computer by itself, right? So that's what's coming. So you're gonna have to limit how people use your creations, but you're also going to have to really create it. Like, you can't just tell a machine to do it and then say, "Yeah, this is mine, you can't use it," or whatever the case may be. If the court can't tell, if the court looks at the prompts and they're just like, "This is not enough to say a human really took time and created this," it's not going to be protected. Anyone is going to be able to take it from you. Yeah.
Wow. Man, honestly, this has been a really interesting conversation, man.
Yeah, brother. But every time we talk, man. Every time we talk.
Honestly. Where can people find you?
On Instagram, my handle is Frasier Legal Group. My website is FrasierLegalGroup.com. I'm out here. I'm on LinkedIn, Courtney Frasier on LinkedIn. And yeah, send me a message if you ever need to go over something. If you ever have a concern. As an entrepreneur, there's going to be things that keep you up at 3 a.m. Last night, I fell asleep watching Power. I woke up maybe about 2, 3, and I just wanted to work. I know what it's like to be an entrepreneur. You feel like your opposition is working, so you got to work. You got to outwork them and stuff like that. You always got to be learning. So, and sometimes you just want someone's brain to pick and ask, "Hey, am I covered? Am I good with this?" Feel free to drop me a DM or an email, and we can go from there. I love the entrepreneurs. I love the investors. You guys run the world. Government can't hire everybody. Government's not innovative.
Yeah.
So I love the creators. I love what they put together, because it's you guys that make stuff that makes our day more convenient and comforts us, right? So please feel free to reach out to me. Don't just feel like a lawyer is too expensive. I mean, at least ask for a quote on what it's going to cost you, right? And then just see if it's in your budget. But feel free to reach out to me, please. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear your visions.
Most definitely. I've personally worked with Courtney, and I definitely co-sign everything that Courtney has been putting out. He's been in the game for a very long time.
Yeah.
He's helped me. And honestly, it was a wonderful experience, and I can't say anything bad about Courtney at all. My Google review is 5 stars.
Appreciate
100%, 100%. So with that being said, hustle what you can control. So control your grind and control your life. I'm Alex.
I'm Courtney.
And that's the show, y'all. Peace.
I like that, man.
Oh.
I like that. I
Yeah?
like that. Yeah.
You respect that?
Yeah.
Salute,
Yo,
bro.
you end every episode like that.
Every episode like that.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
And Joe has the stupid one about.
Oh my God,
the
his
girl-
is so
the ones-
ass, bro.
The ones are
I hate
like,
it.
the baddies are insecure.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super